Hi guys, this is Dr. Winterbottom, and I wanted to talk to you about the Connect software and the access codes that you guys got when you bought the textbooks at the bookstore. So when you bought the textbook for our class, it came in a bundle, and included in that should have been a unique access code for Connect software, which is a software product made by McGraw-Hill. That's the publisher that put together our book and that bundle. Um, anyway, our Connect site is now available, and I've created 2 new folders in Blackboard with instructions and web links. So I'm going to take you there in just a minute, but I want to let you know that one folder is called Connect Grammar Software by McGraw-Hill, and the other is called Connect Homework Folder. And this is the Connect logo. So let's take a look. All right, so when you go into Blackboard, you're going to see this control panel on the left side of the page, and these 2 folders are now at the bottom of the control panel. So you'll see this one that says Connect Grammar Software by McGraw-Hill, and I'm sorry that name is so long, but I didn't want you to get Connect confused with something else, another tool in Blackboard that's called Collaborate, which is completely different. So anyway, the Connect Grammar Software and then Connect Homework Folders, that's where you'll see the assignments there. Okay, so you'll see that those 2 new folders are at the bottom of the control panel. And let's take a look at this first one. And this is just a little screen capture of that page. So mainly there's 3 things here. One is some advice that I give you guys if you want to avoid some big headaches. And this is the raw URL for the 1010.071 section. There's a separate URL for the 070 section, and I'll show you guys all of that in just a minute. And then you'll see also here is a direct web link to Connect, okay? And then what I wanted to warn you about to avoid headaches is you're going to have to register your access code, but based on past experience with previous classes and previous students, I can tell you some things that students have done wrong in the past that have caused major headaches for them. So the secret is to be very careful and take your time when you enter the unique access code, and also when you're typing your own email address and creating your password. So sometimes students will type really fast and they will misspell their own email address as the login. And then when they go to log in again another day, the system doesn't recognize their email address because they entered it wrong. Or they create a password and then they forget what it is. So it's important to go slow, be careful when you're entering that information to register for the software, and then also bookmark the site if you're using your own computer and save your username and password. All right, let's go check it out at Blackboard. All right, let's go over here. So this is for 10.10.071, and in a second I'll go over to 070, but and it's all the same except you guys have separate URLs, right? Because they're unique. So this is the folder for Connect Grammar Software. You'll see it's just like pretty much like what I showed you in the previous slide. This is the advice about being careful as you enter things. You'll see a raw URL, and then you'll see a direct web link, which if you click on it, it'll take you to a page here. You'll see the course and the section. This is again for 071. And then it says enter your email to join this class. So be careful, make sure that you enter your email exactly right, and be thoughtful about if you have multiple email addresses, be thoughtful about which one you want to use and maybe make a note of it so you don't forget. And then once you're already signed in or you have a login, then you'll be able to use this instead. All right, and then if you have questions, there's also a link to the customer service. All right, so let's go back because I want to show for the other class 10-10-070. Okay, so let's see. So here's this one, and it's the same, right? So except the URL is unique to this class. And then there's the direct web link as well. And then also you'll see for both classes, Connect Homework folder. If you click on that, you're going to see this folder that's called Grammar and Common Sentence Problems. And the deal is that in Connect, there are multiple topics that I can choose to do assignments from. And so I picked assignments that were all in the same subtopic of grammar and common sentence problems. So you'll see that there are about 7 items here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there's sentence fragments, there's subject-verb agreement, there's parts of speech. I probably should put that one first, but whatever. There's fused and run-on sentences and comma splices, subject-verb agreement, pronoun antecedent agreement, verbs and verbals. So there's 7 items here. I'd like you guys to do at least 5 of them. And if you want extra credit, you can do all 7 of them, okay? So let's just take a look at one. So here's the one for parts of speech. And it's kind of cool because Connect and Blackboard work together. Like Blackboard works with a couple of publishers to like help integrate these products so that we can jump right from Blackboard over to this software, right? So, all right, so parts of speech, and I guess this is the teacher view of it, but if I preview it, launch adaptive learning assignment preview, I'm going to tell you what adaptive learning means. That means that like you're allowed to make mistakes. The software will just give you more questions, so it might take longer for you to get the full score, because if you make mistakes, it will just create more questions for you to answer until you get it right. So here it says, let's get started. Adaptive assignment, grammar and common sentence problems. Due date. So I set this one as being due on the 24th. You have from now until then to do it. They estimate 15 minutes, but you could spend more time. Some people might spend less. There's 8 concepts. And then you'll see it says start with resources. So if you go here, it gives you like a list of the subtopics, and identify noun and noun types, identify pronouns, identify verbs. And you could look at these resources, right? Or you could go to the questions. And then it gives you assignment tips. It says, make progress by completing concepts. The number of questions will vary depending on your individual needs. It's okay to get questions wrong. You still earn 100% if you complete all concepts by your due date. Submit your answers by selecting your confidence level. This will not affect your grade. So that's kind of interesting because it will ask you like, how sure are you of this answer, right? And that's useful to know if the student feels very sure of something or if the student is just guessing, right? So like, let's look at this item. It says multiple select questions. Select all that apply. Identify the nouns in the following sentence. Select all that apply. Calculus can be difficult for many people. So they want to know where the nouns are, right? Well, for this one, I would say I think calculus is a noun. It's the subject of the sentence. And then people, I think, is also a noun. So I would select people and calculus and see what the answer is, right? And in my case, I think I would rate myself as high since I'm an English professor. I'm pretty positive those are the nouns. But you do it however you want to do it. I'm going to exit the assignment. And I want to show you this, that you can go back to Blackboard, right? And it takes you back over here. So again, there's 7 assignments here. I want you guys to do at least 5 of them. And if you want to do all 7, you can get extra credit. And what I did was I made 2 of them due on the 21st, which is a week and a half from now. It's a Saturday. And then there are 2 more that are due on the 24th. That's about 2 weeks from now. And then there are 2 that are due on 3 that are due on November 30th. Okay, so I guess that's good for now. But what you're going to want to start with is you're going to want to um, find your code and then go to the link for our course. And please don't use, I showed 2 different unique URLs in my presentation here, one for each class. So the best thing is to go to this folder right here, Connect Grammar Software, and then click on, when you're ready, click on the web link. And then it'll take you to this page for your class. So this is the one for 070, and you will, to join the class, you will type in your email address and do it carefully, right? All right, so just let me know if you have other questions about that. And I imagine there might be some troubleshooting that we have to do if anyone has problems. But anyway, just let me know. Thanks a lot, guys.